a place. Love you till a rainy day becomes clear. Never knew a love like this. Now I can't let go. I'm in love with you, and now you know. With your friends, I like the way you hit the notes in every song you're shining. I love the little things like when you're unaware. I catch you steal a glance and smile so perfectly. Though sometimes when life brings me down, you're the cure, my love. In a bad rainy day, you take all the worries away. This all or nothing really got a way of driving me crazy. I need somebody to heal, somebody to know, somebody to have, somebody to hold. It's easy to say, but it's never the same. I guess I kinda like the way you numbed all the pain. Now the day bleeds into nightfall, and you're not here to get me through it all. I let my guard down, then you pulled the rug. I was getting kinda used to being someone you loved. I'm going under, and this time I feel there's no one to turn to. This all or nothing way of loving got me sleeping without you. I need somebody to know, somebody to heal, somebody to have, just to know how it feels. It's easy to say, but it's never the same. I guess I kinda like the way you helped me escape. Now the day bleeds into nightfall, and you're not here to get me through it all. I let my guard down, then you pulled the rug. I was getting kinda used to being someone you loved. And I tend to close my eyes when it hurts sometimes. I fall into your arms. I'll be safe in your sound till I come back around. For now the day bleeds into nightfall, and you're not here to get me through it all. I let my guard down, and then you pulled the rug. I was getting kinda used to being someone you loved, but now the day bleeds into nightfall, and you're not here to get me through it all. I let my guard down, then you pulled the rug. I was getting kinda used to being someone you loved. I let my guard down, then you pulled the rug. I was getting kinda used They say, oh my God, I see the way you shine. Take your hand, my dear, and place them both in mine. You know you stopped me dead while I was passing by. Now I beg to see you dance just one more time. Ooh, I see you, see you, see you every time. Oh my, I like your style. You make me wanna cry. You just beg to see me dance just one more time. So I say, dance for me, dance for me, dance for me, oh, oh. I've never seen anybody do the things you do before. They say, move for me, move for me, move for me, yeah. When you're done, I'll make you do it all again. I say, oh my God, I see you walking by. Take my hand, my dear, and look me in my eyes. Just like a monkey, I've been dancing my whole life. You just beg to see me dance just one more time. Ooh, I see you, see you, see you every time. You're my, I like your style. You make me wanna cry. Now I beg to see you dance just one more time. So I say, dance for me, dance for me, dance for me, oh, oh. Never seen anybody do the things you do before. They say, move for me, move for me, move for me, yeah. When you're done, I'll make you do it all again. They say, dance for me, dance for me, dance for me, oh, 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 oh. Never seen anybody do the things you do before. They say, move for me, move for me, move for me, yeah. When you're done, I'll make you do it all again. Ooh. Whoa, whoa, oh. Ooh, dance for me, dance for me, dance for me, oh, oh. Never seen anybody do the things you do before. They say, move for me, move for me, move for me, yeah. When you're done, I'll make you do it all again. They say, dance for me, dance for me, dance for me, oh, 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 oh. Never seen anybody do the things you do before. They say, move for me, move for me, move for me, yeah. When you're done, I'll make you do it all again, all again. I love it when you call me señorita. I wish I could pretend I didn't need ya, but every touch is your love. It's true love. Ooh, I should be running. Ooh, you keep me coming for you.
And in Miami, the air was hot from summer and sweet dripping off me. Before I even knew her name, la la la. It felt like oh la la la, yeah, no. Sapphire moonlight, we danced for hours in the sun, tequila sunrise. Her body feel right in my hands, la la la. It felt like oh la la la, yeah.
I love it when you call me señorita. I wish I could pretend I didn't need ya, but every touch is love. It's true love. Ooh, I should be running. Ooh, you know I love you when you call me señorita. I wish it wasn't so damn hard to leave you, but every touch is true love. It's true love. Ooh, I should be running. Ooh, you keep me coming for you. Like in the hotel, there are just some things that never change. You say we just friends, but friends don't know the way you taste. La la la. Cause I know it's been a long time coming, don't you let me fall. Cool way you listen, gets me hooked on your tongue. Ooh, if you can sit steadily, don't stop. I love it when you call me señorita. I wish I could pretend I didn't need you, but every touch is true. It's true. Ooh, I should be running. Ooh, you know I love it when you call me señorita. I wish it wasn't so hard to leave you, but every touch is true. It's true. Ooh, I should be running. Ooh, you keep me coming for you. All along I've been coming for you. And I hope it means something to you. Call my name, I'll be coming for you. Coming for you. Oh yeah.
Oh, she love it when I come.
Oh yeah. Oh, I should be running. Oh, you keep me coming for you. I'm going under, and this time I feel there's no one to save me. This all or nothing really got a way of driving me crazy. I need somebody to hear, somebody to know, somebody to have, somebody to hold. It's easy to say, but it's never the same. I guess I kinda like the way you numb all the pain. Now the day bleeds into nightfall, but you're not here to get me through it all. I let my guard down, and then you pulled the rug. I was getting kinda used to being someone you love. I'm going under, and this time I feel there's no one to turn to. This all or nothing way of loving got me sleeping without you. I need somebody to know, somebody to heal, somebody to have. Just don't know how it feels. It's easy to say, but it's never the same. I guess I kinda like the way you held me. You look away when you pretend not to care. I like the dimples on the corners of the smile that you wear. I like you more, the world may know, but don't be scared, 'cause I'm falling deeper, baby, be prepared. I like your shirt, I like your fingers, love the way that you smell. To be your favorite jacket just so I could always be near. I loved you for so long, sometimes it's hard to bear, but after all this time, I hope you wait and say, love you every minute, every second, love you everywhere in every moment, always and forever. I know I can't quit you, 'cause baby, you're the one. I don't know how. I love you till the last of snow disappears. Love you till the rainy day becomes clear. Never knew a love like this. Now I can't let go. I'm in love with you, and now you know. play ball with your friends. I like the way you hit the notes in every song you're shining. I love the little things like when you're unaware. I catch you steal a glance and smile so perfectly. Though sometimes when life brings me down, you're the cure, my love. In a bad rainy day, you take all the worries away. Love you every minute, every second. Love you everywhere in any moment. Always and forever, I know I can't quit you, 'cause baby, you're the one. I don't know hell in a world devoid of light. You bring pure light. In your eyes I see the light. My future, always and forever, I know I can't let you go. I'm in love with you, and now you know. I'm in love with you, and now you know. I'm going under, and this time I feel there's no one to save me. This all or nothing really got a way of driving me crazy. I need somebody to heal, somebody to know, somebody to have, somebody to hold. It's easy to say, but it's never the same. I guess I kinda like the way you numbed all the pain. Now the day bleeds into nightfall, and you're not here to get me through it all. I let my guard down, then you pull the rug. I was getting kinda used to being someone you loved. I'm going under, and this time I feel there's no one to turn to. This all or nothing way of loving got me sleeping without you. I need somebody to know, somebody to heal, somebody to have, just to know how it feels. It's easy to say, but it's never the same. I guess I kinda like the way you helped me escape. Now the day bleeds into nightfall, and you're not here to get me through it all. I let my guard down, then you pull the rug. I was getting kinda used to being someone you loved. And I tend to close my eyes when it hurts. Sometimes I fall into your arms. I'll be safe in your sound till I come back around. For now the day bleeds into nightfall, and you're not here to get me through it all. I let my guard down, and then you pull the rug. I was getting kinda used to being someone you loved, but now the day bleeds into nightfall, and you're not here to get me through it all. I let my guard down, then you pull the rug. I was getting kinda used to being someone you loved. I let my guard down, then you pull the rug. I was getting kinda used to being someone you loved.
They say, oh my God, I see the way you shine. Take your hand, my dear, and place them both in mine. You know you stopped me dead while I was passing by. Now I beg to see you just one more time. Ooh, I see you, see you, see you every time. You're my, I like your style. You make me wanna cry. You just beg to see me dance, just one more time. So I say, dance for me, dance for me, dance for me, oh, oh. I've never seen anybody do the things you do before. They say, move for me, move for me, move for me, hey. When you're done, I'll make you do it all again. I say, oh my God, I see you walking by. Take my hand, my D, and look me in my eyes. Just like a monkey, I've been dancing my whole life. You just beg to see me dance one more time. Ooh, I see you, see you, see you every time. You're my, I like your style. You make me wanna cry. Now I beg to see you dance just one more time. So I say, dance for me, dance for me, dance for me, oh, oh. Never seen anybody do the things you do before. They say, move for me, move for me, move for me, hey. When you're done, I'll make you do it all again. They say, dance for me, dance for me, dance for me, oh, 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 oh. Never seen anybody do the things you do before. They say, move for me, move for me, move for me, hey. When you're done, I'll make you do it all again. Ooh, whoa, whoa, oh, ooh, dance for me, dance for me.
Okay, good morning everyone. How are you? Hope all of you are healthy. Multicultural greetings and healthy greetings from Ubaya. There are the two Ubayas greetings. So if we do or organize an event, we always say so. A very warm welcome also to all of you, to all participants of this second UBAYA UTAR International Webinar. Because last Monday we just had the first UBAYA UTAR, and today we are organizing the second one, which the title is the adoption of technology in the accounting education. Are we ready? And also welcome, not to forget, also welcome to UTAR colleagues, Puan Lazrina, Dr. Ang, Dr. Nurul, how are you? Hope all of you are healthy. Today, we are really honored to have a speaker from UTAR. UTAR is University Tunku Abdul Rahman, namely Puan Siti Lazrina binti Lazim. Is that correct? I apologize if I misspell your name, Puan Lazrina, who is a lecturer on accounting at UTAR, Malaysia. How are you, Puan Lazrina? Ready to be a speaker? How are you? Before I continue, please allow me to introduce myself. My name is Aditya Kusuma, and I'm one of the UBAYA Faculty of Business lecturers who will be the moderator for this webinar for the next 90 minutes. Today, we are going to discuss something interesting for accounting in relation to accounting field, which is about the main factors that influence the acceptance of an online learning method among accounting students. And here we will talk about the acceptance of online learning method due to the impact of Industrial Revolution on Businesses, International Federation Accountants as a global leader in accountancy profession, highlighted that all accountants worldwide to play a big role in digital transformation. Therefore, Malaysia Institute of Accountants has developed the MIA Digital Technology Blueprint in 2018, which aims to guide accountants in developing the action plans that are appropriate for their environment. Academia members play a vital role in producing future accountants, as well as active role in research and innovation to address current issues impacting the profession and to enhance existing practices in the accounting profession. While currently the rapid spread of COVID-19 has impacted the education system, where all higher education institutions need to move for online learning, including UTAR and including UBAYA. This unexpected situation and sudden situation has affected students to accept changes in the learning method from physical classes before to virtual classes. Teaching and learning approach from higher education institutions in Malaysia has dramatically changed due to the emergence of COVID-19 pandemic in the early of 2020. However, there are some challenges in practicing or carrying out online learning. For instance, technical difficulties such as limited internet access, the coverage and speed of internet that will disrupt the classes. Also, students' enthusiasm towards learning is decreased because of inconvenience environment at home. Of course, the environment at home is different with the environment at the campus. In between that, students might not have an interest in accepting online learning. This webinar will take place for 90 minutes, where Puan Lazrina will share or start her talk for around 50 till 60 minutes, followed by a question and answer session, where participants or you can press raise hand button and directly ask, and I will give one term of 2 questions, or you can also type your questions in the chat room. Before I give the time to Ms. or Puan Lazrina, please allow me to briefly inform you her resume. Puan Lazrina is a well-presented, self-motivated, and confident educator who has extensive knowledge of how to successfully access the need of students and develop implement suitable ways or plans for the students. She possesses excellent counseling, listening, and general communication skills among the international students and local students. She took her Bachelor of Accounting Honors and MBA on Accounting from University Utara, Malaysia, and is now a PhD candidate on Doctor of Philosophy on Accounting, also from University of Utara, Malaysia. She is also an associate member at Malaysian Institute of Accountants. Puan Lazrina has also published various publications in national and international journals, with her research interests are in financial accounting and accounting management in technology. Without further ado, I now welcome Puan Lazrina to start her presentation or her talk. Please, Puan Lazrina.
Thank you, Mr. Adi from UBAYA, Indonesia. So good morning and
Good
welcome
morning,
to all
Mbak Pasrina.
participants. So very nice welcoming notes from you, Adi. Thank you.
Thank you, Mbak Pasrina.
So I am Siti Lazrina from UTAR-UBAYA campus, Malaysia. Today I would like to share and discuss with all the participants about my topic, the adoption of technology in the accounting education. So are we ready? So as long as we know, technology is more crucial for the accountant's profession. No matter what, we have to and improve the skill for this kind of criteria. So due to Industry Revolution 4, I believe all of you already know about this. The global leader of accountancy professions, International Federation of Accountants, called the accountants worldwide to emphasize and play a big role, okay, for this digital transformation. And the presidents from the International Federations of Accountants also emphasize technology need to move. Okay, so need to move to burnish and enhance the credential as a trusted advisor. So we can say that technology is more important on the business. For those who do not adopt and avoid to implement the emerging technology could be left on the sidelines. Quoted by the president of International Federations of Accountants previously. Therefore, in Malaysia, one of the accounting bodies, so-called Malaysia Institute of Accountants, take a role for this call and has developed one of the important guidelines to assist accountant carry out the responsibility for the digital transformations, and the MIA developed digital technology blueprint in 2018. So the content emphasized many criteria for the accountants to use and prepare for more enhancements in technology. Okay? Alright, as I mentioned earlier, future accountant is important to business or industry. And in order to cater this kind of issue, so that's why we have to fulfill what is the employer wants or needs. Okay, and according to this report, okay, the strengthening of the accountancy, okay, accountancy profession in Malaysia, alright, I would highlight this skill. As long as the technology savviness is here, one of the indicator to become as a good accountant on the business as well. And if you look to these skills, okay, probably we could focus to the education system. And the most important level, I would say that from the higher education institution instead of other level. Is it clear? Adi, can you hear me? Allow me to off my video if my internet
Yes,
not stable, right?
it is clear. Your voice is very clear.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Alright, so still talking about the employer need anyway. Okay, so that's why as the academicians or educators, okay, need to strong our knowledge and skill in order to prepare future accountant in good skill for the technology savviness. Okay, next. So in line with the technology enhancements that emphasized by the globally the uh, International Federation of Accountants. So in Malaysia, Malaysia Institute of Accountants take a good initiative because every 2 years this kind of body will conduct a survey. Okay, a survey regarding how the adoption of technology for the uh, accounting industry. Okay, and of course, purposely, we would like to focus more to higher education institution. Okay, how this kind of skills could be well planned. Okay, and prepared to students as well. So one of the statements that prepared by the Malaysia Institute of Accountant about how important do you feel? Okay, how important do you feel the applications of existing and emerging technologies are for the accountancy profession? Oops, sorry. Yeah. So I would like to focus this accountancy profession in my country. That's why Malaysia Institute of Accountants, okay, provide this statement. Sorry, I want to move, okay, to this. And most of the respondents mentioned that technology is very important, okay, for the accountancy profession. And the years 2017, both years, together with the 2019, so you can see more than 50% mentions that very important. Okay, so that's why adoption of the technology for the learning purpose, okay, also a vital important skills that the educators and the lecturer must have. Hello.
Yes, please, you can continue. We can still see your share screen. It's fine.
Okay, so accountancy professions, skills and implemented of technology more relevant at the center of business and the public sectors. Beside this issue, the Malaysia Institute of Accountants also conducted survey about current use of technology on the business. What is the technology that frequently used on the business as well? And from the result between the 2 years survey, 2017 and 2019, we can see that the Microsoft application is the first ranking. Why? Because this kind of the technology is very common on the business. Every day we might use this kind of application compared to others technology. No matter what, as the accountancy professions, we have to enhance. Okay, we have to make sure that we will aware for others technology. I believe that this skill is a fundamental for a future accountant to have and fulfill the business demand. So in line with this frequent use of the technology, the other survey conducted is the main drivers of technology adoption. The latter survey in 2019 among more than 1,000 MRS members mentioned that business benefits score higher compared to others driver. So I can say that for the industry purpose, they may looking for the technology skills among the future accountant. For those who do not have these skills, feel very hard to get for the first job, and they might should have the knowledge from their study. Again, today's discussion, I will focus more to higher education institution. So the second driver, business demands. Business demand also score more than 50% from the respondent as well, and technology is become important, for the industry and business to have good and quality for their employees. However, instead of driver, the survey also conducted to identify the challenge or barrier of technology adoption on the business. And the main factors for the challenge here is about cost. We cannot avoid the cost anyway. Okay, so in order to implement a new method and specifically refer to the digitalization transformations, we have to allocate some money and fund. Okay, so this is a challenge for the industry and business perspective. Beside that, a lack of talents to utilize technology effectively. So if you look to the second barrier related to our issue about how the students, especially accounting students, adopt technology during their study. Okay, sometimes I can say that currently the students do not have enough talent, to utilize the technology effectively. In order to solve this kind of issue, later I would share with you what is the factor that might influence students to adopt technology, currently or previously, because technology, there is a common issue that keep discussing 5 years ago anyway. So the rest about understanding clear business case, and of course regulation also must play the importance role. Enforcement. Alright, so that is the slightly overview. Why the technology adoption is important. For accounting students to accept and adopt in order to have a good talent and skill before become as a future accountant. I can say that Malaysia Institute of Accountants play a very good effort, because before 2019, the previous survey in 2017 also showed that the technology adoption become more and more crucial, for the accountancy profession. And in line with the call from the International Federation Accountants, also this issue might be consistent. So that's why in Malaysia, so all the higher education institutions, must accept and try to prepare good facility to enhance digitalization transformation for teaching and learning. However, currently, I believe all around the world notice about this pandemic. And currently, this kind of pandemic force most of the industry all around the world must be shut down. And most of the country also announced movements control order to settle and to solve this kind of bad disease. And here, COVID-19 pandemics become as a catalyst for the educational institution. I can say that educational industry or educational institution is more priority to have a look and focus, because this is the first step that we will produce a good student and talented future accountant as well. And from this pandemic, proven two of the higher education institutions from these two countries, I would like to share with you here, okay, managed to recruit more students within 2 weeks because of using a new platform. As I said, maybe COVID-19 pandemic as one of the big factors that forced all the higher education institutions to choose the best and innovative platform. So for Zhejiang, only 2 weeks, okay, they can offer 5,000 courses by online. While Imperial College London offer a course as a sign of coronavirus, also successful. So look, how technology could be applied in the education during current situation. The main reason is innovative platform or solution to ensure that the continuity of the higher education institution. If not, the students cannot finish their study within the stipulated period given. So who may play the role? There are three important elements. The first elements refer to institution itself. How the institutions may provide a good facility to enhance the innovative platform to carry out a new method as well. Second, educator and the lecturer. Educator and the lecturer will happy if they have good facility to deliver the knowledge and lesson using a new method as well. The third elements refer to what? Students. Students also will feel convenience when they might have good facility provided by both sides. So how technology can be applied? Here, the transformations from the offline method to online learning. I believe all of you already know what is the meaning by the offline method. More to the traditional teaching like students and educator or the lecturer must meet together in the class. Educators and the lecturer must stand in front of the class and the students will receive the knowledge within that time. However, online learning is more interesting. Why? Because students anytime, everywhere can learn. How to describe and define online learning methods? For me, online learning methods during current situation is more probably used as a distant learning, whereby students and lecturer could be meet different locations everywhere using internet. Okay, so you using internet, accessibility is more important. Okay, so allow me to say sorry, my place also not good for the internet stability. Okay, I have to off the video, if not unstable. So that is one of the limitation that again and again we might face. But we hope that the telecommunications provider has to solve this kind of problem as well. And the changes from the offline method to online method, so-called the big impact from physical classes to virtual classes. So the other term, sometimes when you read the news and etc., you might find the words e-learning, tele-learning, and etc. That is common. Okay, but for the current situation, definitely I can say that distant learning is more appropriate definition for innovative platform. Because of what? COVID-19 become as a catalyst. Okay, so the transformation. As educator and the lecturer, are you ready? How about the students? They ready or not? Until now, we do not to say very confident both side is ready unless the institutions can prepare good facility or can promote good or offer online course in a good quality and etc. So for me as educator and the lecturer, suddenly implement to a new method, also called virtual classes, okay, I might face these three common issues. What is that? The first one, unplanned, sudden implement. From my experience, for my institution, we conducted class face to face. But in the middle, we cannot avoid because of the pandemic. We have to change immediately to other platform, so-called online method, online learning technique. Teaching and learning dramatically changed to online. So, second, I do not also have insufficient training, even though we will join whatever training offered in our institution, but still have a different system that we have to spend our time to study ourselves. This is the common issue because suddenly implementation. That's why my question is during current situation. And again, little preparation. So little preparation here refer to the duration, the time, how you manage your time to make sure that you deliver in successful for the online learning method. So these three indicators, okay, will emphasize us as educator and lecturer will keep improve every time to make sure that student will receive the knowledge and lesson in good and quality of their study. So let me share with you, Adi, can I share the video from my student experience?
Yes, please.
Okay, so
But
I
you
would
need
like to share.
to stop share the PPT first, then change to the share the video. And don't forget, if you share the video, please click on the left hand side. There are two boxes that you need to click in order for the voice can be listened by the participants. Please, Puan Lazrina.
Hi, I'm Shanasi
Yeah.
Adil. I just finished my study in UTAR. I'm doing MBA, Corporate
Can
Management.
you make it louder?
Currently, I'm working with Royal Malaysian Systems. Okay. Hi, I'm Shanasi Adil. I just finished my study in UTAR. I'm doing MBA, Corporate Management, about 1 year. Currently, I'm working with Royal Malaysian Customs. Okay, what I want to share with you is my experience online learning in UTAR. I think this is basically my first online learning in UTAR. Usually, we have a physical learning. I experienced only one semester physical learning. I can see on my lecturer, but after that, after the enforcement of movement control order by the Malaysian government. So there is no physical class, so everything should be done online. So throughout the year, till my final semester, yes, we have the online learning. Basically, yes, in the first, the second trimester, we have a bit difficult for us because it's totally new to us and also to the lecturer. But I think we managed to do it. The UTAR management, the lecturer, and the students, I think, well versed in the technology. So the online learning done very smooth, very well. The lecturer can share their experience with us. We can finish our module on time, and also I think basically the lecturer try very hard. They are very best actually to give to say to transfer the knowledge to us even despite this during this pandemic, but they manage to do it. And as a student, I think it's totally new for Malaysia to have the online learning, 100% online learning, the examinations, our presentations, and everything we done online. So it's quite challenging, but I think it's good for Malaysia and for the educational system, for world educational system. I think it's good. So means UTAR can reach all the students throughout the world, from Indonesia, from China, from Pakistan, I think from other country. So basically, I think the online learning is not weaknesses, or is not a threat for not to pursue the study, but it's a good platform actually for a new student to coming in, and a new student to challenge their motivation actually, and to have a new perspective in educational system. I think that's all. Basically, I think I have no problem in online learning because in my working type also, we do have the online conferencings, and then we do have our virtual meeting, our virtual trainings. So I'm used to it in everything in online. So I think that's my experience with UTAR in online learning. Thank you. Bye.
Alright, thank you so much for your attention. So, beside the evidence and the successful data from other country, so in my campus or my institution also, I can say that online learning method is a very good platform for the student, because they might apply to the working environment as well. So these students also mentioned to me, first time for using the technology, she very feel difficult and very hard to adopt, but in between she quite good take a good initiative, okay, and at the end she managed to finish her study in time, okay. And some more, this student also as a scholar from the government agency in Malaysia. So I really love all the experience that my student shares, because we can improve time to time, okay, the new method for the digitalization transform. So in order to what we call that, to say that online learning method is the best, okay, so I would like to share with you the advantages, okay, for the online learning method. So I would say that there are 4 important positive impact from the online learning method. The first one, convenient. As my students mentioned, she can study anytime, everywhere, at their own pace, at their own places. Even though you do not understand, for example, okay, so you can play again and again the recorded video that you can receive from the online learning platform. Hence, from the convenience, I can say that move to the consistency. Why? Because when students can listen the recorded material from whatever the educator or lecturer share at the sender, we could maintain the consistency. Because the same works, the same knowledge, the same info would be delivered to the student. Compared to the traditional method, sometimes different students might receive different explanations and works from educators and the lecturer. That's why I make it consistency is one of the advantages to use a new platform, so-called online learning method. Beside that, cost. From the earlier, cost also one of the main factor to adopt technology on the business. So in the education, cost also become as a main factor. For the online learning method, we can reduce the cost for the travel and time saving. Let me share with you. My campus is not in the urban area. Okay, so maybe students as a working part-time and etc. feel very hard to come and find us as educator and lecturer from my institution. But no matter what, my students already proved that online learning method make her easier to get knowledge. At the same time saving. As I said, if we have 2 or 3 hours lecturer, but the students can save and listen again and again. Okay? And number 4, the advantages, focus to future career. So this is what I emphasized from the beginning. Because profession, accountants become more crucial. Like in Malaysia, we would like to consistent with our Prime Minister announcement. He mentioned that Malaysia will go for the digitalization for the next 5 years. So that's why education system could be improved time to time to achieve the objective by the announcement. So from this kind of advantages, encourage me and my team to conduct one survey among accounting students in my institutions. How they feel to adopt technology in their study. So our study to identify the main factor to influence them to adopt technology in their learning. In order to conduct our survey, I might use this kind of base. Anyway, technology acceptance model is become more famous model to explain the innovation in accounting education. Why? Because under this kind of base or model, there are 3 important components that what might be carried out as our question for student to answer. The first one is perceived ease of use, the second one is perceived usefulness, and the third one is attitude. For those who's very familiar from these models, you can refer to the original model provided by Mr. Davis. Okay, so attitude sometimes can become as a straightened factor from the other 2, perceived ease of use and perceived usefulness. So that is the reason why this component can be tested to the student as well, even though we know that the persons related to the good attitude to make sure that can implement or not or accept or not the changes for the behavior. Alright? So I can say also in Malaysia, one of the study, okay, show that this type of base is convenient, alright, to test for the innovation in accounting education. So Sukendro and all, at all, okay, emphasize this kind of components might give positive effect on continuous intention for the suddenly implementations new method during coronavirus disease 2019. Adi?
Yes, Puan Lazrina.
Do you allow participant to ask me question while I'm presenting the info or waiting
No,
at the end?
we will collect the question after you present, Ms. Lazrina.
Because I saw one of the participants ask the questions.
Yeah, I saw it too. But yeah, I will read and also invite the participants to ask questions after your presentation, when we enter the Q&A session. You can just continue and then we will go for Q&A afterward.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Adi.
No problem.
Alright, so according to our survey conducted last year, okay, I would say that the platform also important factor, okay. What is the best platform provided by the institution itself, okay, to make sure that students convenient to use and students what we call that easy to access, okay. Why? Because we have to know that the background of the student as well. Sometimes students come from the poor income family, and sometimes the students come from rich background. So this is the factor that might influence also their interest in the online learning system as well. So for our survey at my institutions, the first platform most of the students use is Microsoft Teams. Why? Because my institution choose this platform. Okay, and might be different with other higher education institution. Maybe at other institution use Zoom, is it?
We
Yeah.
use Zoom.
Registered. Okay, so my institution, we are using Microsoft Teams. And again, I would say thank you to Mr. Adi allow us to join Zoom by organized by your team. Okay, all right. So according to the percentage here, 99.4%. Okay, accounting students use this kind of platform. So other than that, okay, as we know, online learning method, so-called as a digital learning, anytime, everywhere. So student also can access other platform to learn, not only our material. As educators and the lecturer must accept the independency of the students. We leave it to them, all right, to compare and study with the different material and etc. But no matter what, want the student attached with the institution, so we have to make sure the facility provided must be excellent. If not, they do not have interest, maybe they might have the difficulty to finish their study on time. So that is the way. Okay, and the platform, I think, currently, okay, most of the course offered by the higher education institution is free. So up to them. Okay, so my first factor that I want to share with you, okay, from the TAM base, the technological acceptance model base. So one of the component is perceived usefulness. So if you look to the usefulness, okay, I might create 4 questions. Okay, I ask the students either learning faster using online learning system, how about the performance, improve or not, okay, and easy or not, all right, so using the online learning system. So my findings indicated that most of the students might be less confident to use online learning system. Why? Because of the sudden implementation. If not well prepared and well equipped by the institution, I think the students do not have a problem to accept the online learning system. Maybe the student also happy because they can learn at their own place. They do not bear the cost to come to the institution. Like I said, my institution not urban area, so very hard to go there and so on. So take time for the travel and so on. So it's convenient. Okay? But the other factor might influence for these components about limited internet accessible, as well as the coverage and also speed of the internet. And the rest for the explanation, you can refer to our paper, okay, currently about these TAM applications to online learning during COVID-19 pandemic accounting student perspective. Okay, so there is a full explanation about this first component. So what is the second component that related to TAM, theory acceptance models? Perceived ease of use. So perceived ease of use, I come up with the 4 questions to the accounting students. Either easy to operate, how about the interaction? And how about the flexibility to interact with? And would be easy to be skilled in the use of the online learning system. And the results show similar to the first factor. Accounting students are not very confident of the online learning system. The main reason I can say that until now, because a sudden implementation. Until when? We also do not know. Currently, Malaysia also has been announced by our governments still under movements control order. So by whole or by group, we have to accept online learning system as a new platform for the educators and the lecturer to deliver to the student as well. We have to take care of the students. If not, they might choose other institutions to further and pursue their study as well. And what is the reason students are not confident for the online learning system? Decrease due to what? Inconvenient environment. What is the inconvenient environment? Sometimes the students stay at home with more than 2 or 3 siblings. And sometimes their house or home not good for the study purpose. So they might feel stress, okay, to listen and to focus whatever educators and lecturer deliver via online methods. And the other issue is the technology equipment, such as computers and other equipments or facility. We do not hope that the family can prepare this kind of equipment for their children. If the students can enter to the campus, there's a lot of facility provided, but now totally changed. Most of the equipments must be prepared by their own family as well. If rich family, we do not have this kind of problem as well. But how about the poor? So we have to think about this. So in the coming survey, I may use these 2 factors to see how we can help them or we can offer some good benefits in order to adopt online learning system as well. The third component from the technology acceptance model base is attitude. We believe attitudes can influence the behavior among the persons. That's why from my result, most of the students have agreed using online learning system could be common for the future undertaking. Better attitude could increase the willingness of persons to accept new technology. From my data, so still not very strong actually, but most of them agree and they are happy to have online learning system for their study as well. So from these 3 components, 3 main factors from technology acceptance model, I can conclude that accept or not online learning among accounting students in my institution as well. Now, I can say that the confidence level among accounting students still low to accept online learning system. Because what? Sudden implementation of online learning system during COVID-19 pandemic. Maybe the next 3 years or the following years, we could increase the confidence level among accounting students to accept online learning system as well when we prepare a good facility to them. Or else, we have to think other innovative platform to make sure that students feel happy and convenient. As I mentioned, one of the advantages is convenience, and also must help them from the poor or from not good family background as well. So that is the conclusions from the TAM base that we are using to get the data among the accounting students as well. So overall, the acceptance behavior towards online learning being influenced by attitude between perceived ease of use and perceived usefulness. These 2 components may use the attitude, either we will either accept or not the new technology. While perceived usefulness also can be directly influence the acceptance of online learning behavior. So that is the flow. Okay, but time to time, I with my team will keep update how accounting students could accept or not the online learning system for the future teaching and learning method. So come to the conclusion. From the beginning, I would say that accountant professions more crucial and important on the business benefit and demands. We don't want to think about cost and etc. But no matter what, education system is priority to produce future accountant. So that's why we need to know what is the factor might influence them to feel happy and etc. Okay, so from the list here you can see could lead, okay, governments, regulator and other practitioner to improve the online education as well, enhance the learning process. As I said, this one also related to the independency criteria that both sides, educator and lecturer and students must accept. Okay, and again, the copyright also one of the other issue about the online learning method. At the end, we have to receive feedback from students and educator or lecturer to improve for the future development of online education, since the learning method in higher education institution dramatically changed to the COVID-19 outbreak due to COVID-19 outbreak worldwide. Okay, Adi? So that is my sharing info to all the participants for the acceptance of online learning system among accounting students as well. Back to you, Adi.
Thank you, Puan Lazrina. Thank you for your inspiring information and presentation of technology. Ms. Lazrina or Puan Lazrina opened with the importance of technology savvy, where it is supported by the opinion from employer that employer needs workers who are technology savvy. I think most of you know what does technology savvy mean, right? It is quite a happening term that refers to a person's understanding of technology and how the person utilizes or make the most of the technology that they understand, right? Then Ms. Puan Lazrina also showed us the survey from the Malaysia Institute of Accounting that shows that technology, 60% of the respondents say that technology is very critical or important for a business. Then why it is important? The survey also, another survey by MIA also showed that technology is important because of business benefits and because of the demands of the business itself. Okay, then but by carrying out technology or maximizing technology, there are some challenges that a business need to deal with. For example, it is quite costly. 60% respondents said so, right? Because to set up a technology, they need to spend quite a bit of money to buy the technology or implement it. Then the next one, 60% of respondents says they have lack of talent of the technology. And the third one was lack of benefits understanding. So technology benefits understanding. So there are kind of three challenges that Puan Lazrina said when a business plan to implement a technology or certain technology. In order to produce a technology savvy, we need the contribution from a university or higher education institution that normally consists of educators or lecturers, then students, and also the university itself. So the three elements need to work together to make or to produce in order to maximize and produce the technology savvy. Okay, and then Puan Lazrina also inform us some challenges that are felt by lecturers when they first implement the online learning. It was unplanned, lack of training, and little preparation. Puan Lazrina also said so. Puan Lazrina also relate the technology to the COVID-19 pandemic, where she also gave an example that some university has utilized the technology during the pandemic. For example, is Zhejiang University, where one of the participants already asked question. I will read it afterwards. Then last but not least, Ms. Puan Lazrina also mentioned about technology acceptance model or TAC that normally include perceived ease of use, perceived usefulness, and attitude, where attitude will form a behavior for students to use the technology. Okay, is that correct, Puan Lazrina? Just a brief conclusion of your presentation. Okay, now as Puan Lazrina already finished the presentation, we are now entering the question and answer session, where I will allow you to press raise hand button and you can directly ask, because I already said that you can unmute yourself, or you can also type on the chat section. For those only for UBAYA students who are shy or reluctant in speaking English, you can just speak or type in Indonesian and I will directly translate to English. For the first batch or first term of question, I open 2 questions, where I already have 1 question from UTAR participant. Then now I invite another question to make 2 questions. Please, you can raise your hand or type in the chat section. While we are waiting, I will just read the question from the first question from UTAR participant. What is the reason Zhejiang University can manage to transform their courses online in 2 weeks' time? You mentioned so, Puan Lazrina. The educator or university or the lecturer or the tutor? Which one is the main factor here? Can you elaborate more? While we are waiting for the question from others, I have 1 question for you, Puan Lazrina. So you can answer the 2 questions from me and from the first question from UTAR participant about Zhejiang. My question is, from your recent result, it shows that the UTAR students are still low, have low awareness, right? Low awareness or low confidence in conducting the online learning. Is that correct? From your research result.
Yeah.
And my question is, what does UTAR do in order to increase that low level of awareness or low awareness of the UTAR students? Okay, that are the 2 questions, please.
Thank you so much, Mr. Adi, for your question. Do allow me to answer the first question. Is it okay?
Please. Yes, please.
Okay, the first question is asking about the factor influence. Okay, Xinjiang University to have recruit more course during within 2 weeks. So as I mentioned, the transformation for the technology, what we call that, the process of teaching and learning become more convenient. Okay, so between the educators and the lecturer plus students, okay, they might have their own reason to choose and their own interest, which institution that might have offer that and fulfill their interest as well. And if you ask me the factor, when I read this evidence, okay, they do not inform the factor, but from my opinions, okay, the attitudes, because I also emphasize these components, how the attitudes can influence the acceptance behavior in order to carry out online learning method as a new style for the teaching and learning method. Yeah, Mr. Adi, that is my first answer for the first questions. But
Okay.
different institutions might have different factor anyway. And then I move to the second question. What is the UTAR do to improve the online learning platform to us, educator and the student as well? So if you look to my slide, you can see that the best platform chosen from my institution is a Microsoft Teams instead of other technology as well. So most of the educators and the lecturer and plus students might use this kind of platform as well. So for me, this kind of platform is very good and convenience plus can emphasize our knowledge and skill because it's very attractive platform as well. Beside that, UTAR also do a survey to know the problem from the student side. Either they can accept or they might have another problem at home or at their places. If the students have the problem at their place, so UTAR might call them and facilitate them with the technology well equipped in our institution. Yes, Mr. Adi?
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Lazrina, for your answers for the two questions, first two. Then now I will count another two questions as the second batch of the question. Please, you can directly ask, or you can also type "don't be shy." Also for UBAYA students, please ask. No problem. I will translate it if you are reluctant to ask.
Student also can use bahasa if they want to ask questions.
That's bahasa, Indonesian language. So you also understand bahasa, Puan Lazrina?
Yeah, my language at home is bahasa.
Okay. Okay. So you can directly ask, you can directly try Indonesian language then, or Malaysian language then. Please, students, don't be shy. Okay. The second question in the chat room from Asmi. I got some feedback from the students said all those software are useless. They think so. Even we already highlighted the importance of this technology adoption time, especially in the accounting field. When they enter the workplace, we believe that most of the accounting and auditing firms use this kind of software. As academicians, we have ready and already utilized with all the sub things, but the issue now from the student side, whether they are aware, ready or not. So how to ensure the students are able to cope with this environment? What do you think of this?
Thank you for the question. Ready or not, as I said, attitude is very important factor. If they do have good attitude, this kind of group of students might well prepared before they enter to the working environment. As I said, we do not have to maintain only one technology. We have to aware. So how to make sure that they aware? Of course, come from the attitude. Because attitude will influence the acceptance of the new technology as well. So no matter what, to enhance this awareness, we have to make sure that these students understand the flow and the evolution of the technology in 21st century. So from my opinion, there is no other factor. The huge factor is more to attitude. If they good, they have to take their own initiative to learn a new technology. We cannot hope that today we teach them this kind of software and they hope that they will use the same software. Cannot. Because there is a lot of supplier outside. They have to. They have to ask the employers, or else they have to take their own initiative to attend course and all the training as well, provided by the supplier outside for the workings environment. So this is more to industry perspective as well. But for the educators and the lecturer, we do our best. Okay? Because for that time, that is a technology. We're moving to the working, so we do not know. That's why we have to prepare. And the attitude. The main thing is attitude. Okay, Mr. Adi?
Okay. Thank you. That was Ms. Lazrina answer for asking questions. Another question comes from Ubaya colleague, Miss Christina. Now technology has been very helpful tools that give advantages in academic and our life. Students can use this technology for cheating in Excel. What is your opinion and suggestion of this phenomenon? Does it also happen in UTAR, Miss Lazrina?
Yeah, Mr. Adi, that issue cannot avoid. But in order to reduce the number of cheating during exam and etc., one of the participants asking about this, okay, again, I would emphasize the attitude, okay. So, beside that, remember one of the point from my explanations, independency. So, student, educators, and lecturer can find all the material through online everywhere, anytime, and different platform as well. This issue we cannot avoid, but we can minimize the numbers of the cheating issue and percentage for the students play around when they sit the exam as well. At UTAR, we do check when we marking the script. If we do not confident with that answer, because we are do reading every day, isn't it, Mr. Adi? So we can trace the sentence and word used by the student. When we run the software, consider plagiarism, so we will offer the students penalty as well. Normally suspended for 2 or 3 trimesters. So how to cope? Okay, to answer the participants' questions, again, attitude. Attitude, sometimes, not only institutions, to make sure that they're aware, come from the family background also. Yeah, Adi? Because we are human. We cannot avoid whatever you want to do. Out of the box. In order to score, anyway. I have this kind of student. But if you're against, you are deserved to get a penalty from our institution as well. Yeah, Mr. Adi?
Okay, thank you. So attitude, you always emphasize on attitude. Okay, thank you, Puan Lazrina. So I'm just curious whether UTAR also have an online learning platform for students.
What do you mean?
Normally like Moodle. Do you know Moodle? Moodle is an application that combines various learning learning applications, I think. Then students can submit their assignment and lecturers can mark the exam or the assignment on that Moodle, right? While in Ubaya, we also have the same kind of application. We call it Ubaya Learning Space Group, ULS, where it is kind of Moodle, where we can meet students, we meet lecturers, can meet students, and you can ask students to submit. We can also upload our material there.
Yeah.
UTAR also have that one?
UTAR also do have that kind of platform. We call that, I believe most of the participants also my friend. We use Weeble, WBLE, for UTAR campus.
Okay.
So that kind of platform is very easy, okay, user friendly. If you first time use that kind of platform, also can get the way how to run and how to upload, receive, and so on from that platform. Okay. We do have that one. So that's why easier for us to trace cheating cases as well.
Okay. Yeah, I think the same. I think most of the universities have that one. That their own learning platform.
Yeah. But again, I can say that cheating is very common. But we try to manage and settle and solve this kind of problem as well. Because online, we cannot control every time, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay. Another 2 more questions, guys. Of Puan Lazrina presentation. Questions from Wongki Luan. What about technology affordable from the student point of view?
Okay, so afford or not, So this is one of the issue also I may do after this, okay? If the students are ready or not to accept the technology as well. As I said, different family background also one of the factor will influence this kind of issue. But currently, because of sudden implementation, we cannot avoid governments and other professional agencies must help this kind of issue. Like my country, okay, the governments always offer the technology facility to poor family background students. We categorize the income for the citizen in Malaysia. So that is the way how government also might assist this kind of issue because of sudden implementation. Because we do not ready yet. But no matter what, we have to go for that platform. If not, the institutions cannot continue the lesson between the educators and the student as well. Okay, so the main thing, afford or not, is up to the country as well anyway. Because student is what we call that importance things that we have to prepare for our future undertaking in the country as well. Okay, so there is no specific answer anyway. Okay, but depends on the country as well. I do not want to compare with other countries like Indonesia and etc. But Malaysia itself, I can say that managed to solve this kind of technology affordable to the students' perspective. Yeah, Adi?
Okay. So you mentioned that Malaysian government supports the students in relation to technology, right?
Yeah.
What kind of form or what form does the government support the students? While I'm just comparing or sharing from Indonesian perspective, Indonesian government, that
Yeah.
Indonesian government doesn't also does give support for the students during the online teaching. But they don't give any kind of like laptop or a PC. They don't give like that. But they give us monthly an internet quota free of
Oh,
charge.
okay, okay.
Yeah,
Extra quota for internet connection,
internet
right?
quota. Yeah, to study. That is the only support from the government related to the technology or related to doing the online teaching. Of course,
Okay, so
some university
let me
also
share
give
with
a
you.
discount. Yeah. Okay,
Okay, let
please.
me share for
Yeah.
my country
Yeah.
perspective.
Your
So,
country.
if you read on February 2021, my Prime Minister already announced, okay, Malaysia will go to the digitalizations transformations, and they have the government developed one of the vision, so-called My Digital, and one of the issue highlighted that to provide and prepare facility technology to this kind of group, more to education system. So the first facility that offered by the government, number one, of course, same like your country. Okay, they offer extra quota for the internet accessibility. And number two, they might ask students, for those who come from the poor family background, to fill out form, and then if they are deserved to get what we call that technology equipment free of charge, so the government will offer to them. Number two. And number three, the government also offer what we call that the discount, okay, to what we call that, to have
Purchase.
internet accessibility from telecommunications provider. So that is our country did since last year because of this COVID-19 pandemic outbreak.
Okay, that's good. While
Yeah,
us
I'm also happy
only
actually.
monthly, still monthly internet quota. I
Yeah.
think
Oh,
Malaysia.
one more thing, Adi. Beside
Uh-huh.
that, students in Malaysia also receive allowance because of this pandemic.
Okay,
100 ringgit, Malaysia.
and that's from the government.
Yeah, I think that is one of the factor might increase their interest to adopt technology for their lessons and learning.
Okay.
Money.
Well, yeah. Well, in Indonesia, the universities give a discount for the students, not the government. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So the government only gives the quota, monthly quota. to students and lecturers, but yeah, that's the only one they gave. And but the discount or that kind of support is given by universities in the form of discount. So say the tuition fees is discounted 10%, 15%. That would be the support from us.
I do say and agree with you. Maybe I do not have enough reading about my institution's offer yet. Okay, maybe for coming, who knows? Okay, there might be more offer to assist students for the transformations online learning system as well.
Okay, thank you. Next question is from Mr. Vishnu. In online learning, how risks can be managed in an academic environment? Is any useful framework for understanding the risks? And what controls are most appropriate in preventing and detecting academic dishonesty issues? Thank you.
Shall I answer the question?
Yes, please.
Adi?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So now, this question is talking about risk. Anyway, when we look for this risk, we can refer to ethic lah actually. That is a never-ending solution. Alright? So different persons might have different interests as well. When we use this kind of issue, then goes to this what we call that the mention here academic dishonesty issues, right? So
Yes.
more to cheating lah, is it?
Cheating, yes.
So as I mentioned earlier also, okay, based on the student's background, plus the institution itself also must prevent. Like my institution, we do have to check the plagiarism rate. If more than certain rate, yes, we will offer penalty to that kind of student. For the first time implementation, there is a lot. But come to now, okay, current implementation, we managed to reduce the number of the cheating cases as well. Yeah, Adi, because of that, as I said, ethic, never-ending story. Okay, but no matter what, we try to enhance. Okay, to make sure that the students aware they do not have to do this to finish their study and etc. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Puan Lazrina, for answering Mr. Vishnu question. I now open one or two more final questions to you guys before we conclude. It was quite an interesting webinar because we can also share each other between Indonesia and Malaysia, or in more specific UBAYA and UTAR. Please, one or two more final questions from you guys, if any. Okay, if I will just count 1, 2, 3. If there are no questions, then I will need to conclude it. Now it's also already 11 o'clock. Okay, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, thank you then, guys, for participating in this webinar. I also would like to thank you, Puan Lazrina, for your presentation and inspiring presentation, informative one. Also to my UTAR colleagues, Dr. Ang, Dr. Nurul, thank you for your help and support to make this webinar possible. Hope this webinar would be useful and give you some insight and knowledge for your studies.
Mr.
Also,
Adi,
yes,
from my side,
yes,
I also would like to say thank you and for giving us opportunity to share suddenly implementing a new technology for teaching and learning process.
Thank you. Hope you were enjoying this webinar. Also, I apologize if I did something that uncovered you. Also to Dr. M and Dr. Nurul, I apologize. Also for other participants, I apologize if there is something not or making you uncomfortable. Before we leave, please fulfill or complete this evaluation feedback form, because we will give certificate only for those who complete this feedback form. It will only take few minutes. So please do me a favor for you to fill this form in order for us to improve our organization of the next webinar. Okay? I think thank you from me and see you. Bye-bye. Thank you, Puan Lazrina. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Adi, Nurul, yeah?
Hello, Nurul.
Mr.
How are
Adi?
you?
Yes. On behalf of the organizing committee here at UTAR, we would really like to thank you, Baya, and especially to you. And we hope to have more collaborations in the future. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Yeah, I also would like to do so. Thank you, Dr. Nurul. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.